Let me just mention this real quick because this is one of the funniest fucking stories. I'm not gonna take all the time in the world on this, but one of the funniest stories that I've ever fucking read. I've called these people crack fiends, the equivalent, because I think that they are. When you have people signaling all day long about how many jabs they're gonna get, some folks are making these blue check marks, making tweets talking about, yeah, line me up. I'll get as many jabs as they want. I think these guys have a fucking addiction. Yeah, there's some other stuff we got to talk about, and they think that it punishes their political enemies or takes it to their political enemies that they're getting coked up on this shit. But there's an example of what we have right here, and what that kind of atmosphere creates. There's a man in New Zealand, of all places, which is the place where a lot of these tyrannies, this form of tyranny has existed in the most prominently, in New Zealand. And this motherfucker got 10 COVID vaccines in fucking a single day. New Zealand man received 10 COVID vaccine shots in a single day. And an investigation has been launched to find out why the man got double digit COVID. I can tell you why he got it. Astrid Corneef, Group Manager Operations for the COVID-19 Vaccine and Immunization Program in New Zealand, noted that the country's Ministry of Health was aware of the person who received 10 COVID-19 vaccine shots and was taking the matter very seriously. That got some borrowed time, bro. Corneef says, told the New Zealand Herald, "We are very concerned about the situation and are working with the appropriate agencies. Authorities believe the man that got 10 COVID-19 vaccine shots because he was doing so on behalf of those hoping to fake their way past the New Zealand government's vaccination mandate that applies to 40% of the country. Taking one for the team." Officials suspect the man visited multiple vaccination centers on Friday and was likely paid for the shots in order to make it appear that they were fully vaccinated. To assume another person's identity and receive a medical treatment is dangerous. This puts at risk the person who receives the vaccination under the assumed identity and the person whose health record will show that they've been vaccinated. Well, that person has not been vaccinated, depending on their health, age, demographic, they're going to be fine. Having an inaccurate vaccination status not only puts you at risk, it puts your friends and community at risk. How? Can we understand how that happens? Medical practitioners operate in a high trust environment. Well, high trust environment. We got all this shit going on, and they talk about high trust environment, and rely on people to act in good faith to share information accurately to assist their treatment. Corneef suggests that anyone who received multiple vaccine doses in one day to seek clinical advice as soon as practicable. Vaccinologist and associate professor Helen said it was unlikely that the man would suffer any serious harm. She said that those who are over-vaccinated are more likely to experience increased fever, pain, and headaches. I don't think that's what they should be telling people, because that's going to incentivize others. Oh, what do you mean? You mean to tell me I can get for maximum protection? To really show how much of a good person I am, I just need to get more jabs, because nothing's gonna happen to me if I don't. What's the worst that can happen? A fever? We know that people have been given the whole 5 doses in a vial instead of it being diluted. We know what has happened overseas, and we know with other vaccine errors that have occurred that there has been no long-term problems. Actually, you don't know what long-term problems has occurred, because there hasn't been any long-term. This is such a funny story, because they're assuming that, okay, well, he got the 10 jabs to try to make it, I guess, seem like the vaccination status is higher than others. But they don't know. They said that they don't actually know. That's what they're kind of leading with initially. Maybe it's just a COVID crack fiend. Maybe he just really, maybe he assumed the identity of other people to try to get it. But maybe he's just a COVID crack fiend. He just wanted them because of the hysteria that's been surrounding this virus. And the vaccinations have been presented by the world, the leaders, the governments, unfortunately, as the end all. So maybe for extra maximum protection, he just wanted to get a bunch of jabs. It's a crack fiend. I think this is on brand. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Cannon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcannonsake.com.